currently underway with the contest in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan promising to be a close affair between BJP and the Congress. Voting for 18 seats, remember, was deferred due to coronavirus, and later the Election Commission announced polls for 4 seats in Karnataka and 1 seat each in Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh as well. Of the 19 seats, though, where polling will be held, 4 each from Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat, 3 from Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, 2 from Jharkhand and 1 each from Manipur, Mizoram and Meghalaya. A team of reporters joining us to keep us ahead on all that is transpiring as far as the Rajya Sabha polls 2020, extremely crucial. Priyanka joining us from Ahmedabad. Priyanka, as for Gujarat is concerned, several fast-paced developments that have been taking place the last few days. We've seen how resort politics was on in full swing. But it does look like we are looking at a cliffhanger situation, at least in Gujarat.
Well, absolutely. We might see a complete deja vu feeling that we're getting of the 2017 Rajya Sabha elections when Ahmed Patel's seat was up for by-polls in the Rajya Sabha. And this time as well, there is a similar modus operandi of the BJP that we're getting to see here, because we have 4 seats of Rajya Sabha that have gone into by-poll. Previously, there were 3 of these seats that had been won by the BJP and 1 was of the Congress. But now, according to the arithmetic that changed after the Gujarat 2017 elections, there are 2 that the BJP was standing to win and 2 were with the Congress, and that's why we see 2 tall leaders of the Congress like Bharat Singh Solanki and Shakti Singh Gohil, who had filled up their candidacy forms. But right after that, one after the other, we have seen Congress MLAs marching into the Speaker's office and resigning, because of which the number of votes now which the BJP candidates need to win by has completely significantly lessened, which increases the chances for BJP to win 3 seats and Congress winning 1 seat, which means that Bharat Singh Solanki, which is the second preference for the Congress party, will stand to lose his seat. However, right now the lobbying is also for the alliance parties, which is that of the NCP and the BTP, who have always pledged their alliance to Congress, but this time they have said that their loyalty is not with the Congress particularly. The BTP had said that the tribals have suffered under the Congress party rule, and the NCP MLA, that is Kandal Jadeja, he himself had come out in the open and had said that he will be giving his support to the BJP. And so this is the arithmetic that is going on as of now. There is 103 MLAs of BJP, 65 MLAs of Congress, 66 if you count one independent MLA, that is Jignesh Mevani, who has always voted in favor of the Congress party. Even then, both the sides are short of 2 and 5 votes respectively, which also goes to show that the Congress party has in the morning come out and made statements that BJP MLAs in fact might stand to cross vote for the Congress party, and the Congress party and the BJP obviously saying that the Congress MLAs are going to be cross voting. So this is the kind of statements that have been made by both the BJP and the Congress, and one after the other we have seen since morning that several MLAs have already gone in and started voting, and of course the picture will start to get clear by around 11:30 or 12, when all the tall leaders of both the BJP and Congress would have already come and started and finished their voting. In the morning, we were reporting from Taj Hotel, where all the Congress MLAs had been kept. Now, all those MLAs have also reached Vidhan Sabha. They will be completing their own due process of voting as well. So we will get a clear picture of this entire situation in probably 1.5 hours from now, when all the leaders would have voted, because we are expecting some people to actually cross vote. Even when NCP has been given a whip by Sharad Pawar, the NCP state chief Jayant Patel had already said that they're being forced to vote for the Congress. They're not particularly willing to vote for the Congress, and they might actually have to think about it. And that's why we have seen Kandhal Jadeja, the NCP MLA, coming out in the open and saying that he might show his support to BJP. Now, BTP, of course, is another crucial factor that also played another important role in the 2017 Rajya Sabha elections, when Chotu Wasawa, who's actually a very close friend of Ahmed Patel at that time, had voted in favor of Ahmed Patel, and this time as well they have said that they will vote their conscience, not particularly voting for the Congress party. So this, of course, very rightly, like you said, this might be a cliffhanger, because both the sides are short of 2 to 4 votes respectively from the BJP and the Congress. So it remains to be seen how this entire Rajya Sabha by-polls pans out, because this time again, like the 2017 elections, we have 4 seats that had gone into by-polls and 5 candidates, 3 from the BJP and 2 from the Congress, that have filled up their candidacy forms. Yeah.
All right. But as of now, it does appear like BJP needs the support of one more MLA to win 3 out of the 4 seats. But nothing can really be said, Priyanka, because none have majority in the assembly. But also picking up several other breaking updates, for example, from Madhya Pradesh, wherein Narottam Mishra has said that BJP will be winning both seats on which they are fighting. So several of those claims being made. Of course, everyone is going to try and put up a strong front, a brave front, and express confidence before the results came out.